I'm Brian O'Donnell. I'm a brewer at Beau's All Natural Brewing Company in Bankley Kill, Ontario. And today we're going to talk about hops. So hops are a flowering plant, dioecious perennial flowering plant. Brewers have been using it since about the 8th century. That's the oldest recorded use of the hops in Weihenstephan Monastery in Bavaria.
Wait a minute, Weihenstephan was the first example of hops?
Yeah, that's the first recorded use of hops.
In beer?
In beer, yeah.
What?
Yeah.
I had no idea. Okay.
Yeah. Then also the oldest brewery.
Yes, I know. 1052 or something?
1040.
1040.
But they have records of brewing happening at the monastery going back to like the 8th century. So that's where the hop mention is.
Sorry to derail there. Sorry.
Oh, that's right. So the plant is of the Cannabaceae family, cousins of cannabis sativa. And it's actually cultivated in a very similar manner to that.
What, in hydroponics in people's apartments?
No. Only female plants are grown.
Okay.
Because that's where you get the flowers that you use. And for cannabis is where you get the buds. It's also a clone plant. So they don't grow it from seed. They take cuttings from rhizomes, which is like the root mass of the plant. And they just grow it from there. So it's every copy of a certain or every plant is a genetic clone of all the other hops. So the hops are used for bittering and aroma and flavor in beer. So the alpha acids give bitterness to the beer to help balance out the sweetness of the malt. And then there's oils as well in the hop plant that give the aroma characteristics and flavors. So these are some fresh Cascade hops from this year's harvest. Some big head hops. Yeah, these are some low alpha.
What's the alpha on them?
4.62.
That is low for Cascade. That's
yeah.
You're down in noble territory there.
Yeah.
Let's see if I can get around to your hands here. There we go. So how do you sniff hops?
You want to break up the pellets.
Let's see those pellets here. They look like rabbit food.
Yeah. And that'll allow you to be able to expose the lupulin and also crush it to release the aroma.
I can smell that from here.
Yeah. These are some pretty nice smelling hops. So you want to rub your hands together.
Why?
Just to break open the lupulin plants and to get it on your hands a bit more. And then it's good to cup your hands around your hand around it so that you can trap all the aroma. And then just smell it.
What do you get?
These are a bit citrusy. Got a good amount of spice to them as well. Yeah, nice grapefruit character. Yeah, these are nice.
Yeah.
So the flowers have leaves on them called bracts, and on the inside of the bract there's lupulin glands, and lupulin is the oil that you want to use in the brewing. So hops are added to the boil at the very beginning, and then the alpha acids are isomerized into soluble hop oils that will give you the bitterness, because the alpha acids on their own aren't soluble in wort. So the boiling will extract the oils, and then also convert them to make them soluble to iso alpha acids. Then you can also add hops at the end of the boil or in the whirlpool, and those will give you all of your flavor and aroma characteristics that you'd like. And then there's also a process called dry hopping, where you add the hops into the fermenter after fermentation or right at the end of fermentation and leave them there for 3 to 7 days, and that will give you extra aroma that will stay in the beer because it's not given off during the vigorous fermentation.
And that gives no bitterness, just all smell.
Pretty much all smell. Very, very little bitterness, but almost all styles of beer do. Gruits are the one exception, which we actually brew quite a few of at Beau's. So Gruit was the name of a spice mixture or herb mixture that was commonly used before hops were started to be used.
What's your most popular Gruit?
St. Luke's Verse is probably the most popular one we've brewed. It's rosemary, lavender, and thyme. And a lot of people really like that, especially a lot of people that didn't usually like beer. I find that a lot of people that say they don't like beer actually don't like the taste of hops. So when I've had a lot of people try Gruits that say they don't usually like beer, they actually quite enjoy them.
What are some really hoppy beers?
The hoppier styles of beers would be IPAs, India Pale Ale, and double IPAs. They usually have a very high level of bitterness, as well as a very aromatic bouquet.
What are there any difficulties brewing more hoppy beers, or?
Yeah, you get a lot more loss to the hop matter because the hops are dried, so they absorb some of the wort when you add them, and then you can also overload your whirlpool, and you really can't get everything out of the bottom that you usually would on like a less hopped beer.
So when you say the hops are dried, how do hops come? Like, how do you throw them in there? Are they wet? Are they dry? Are they processed? Are they oiled? I know I just said all the four ways.
Yeah, we primarily use pelletized hops.
Yeah.
And then the most traditional form is whole cone hops. So not a lot of craft breweries use them because they're very difficult to store because they are so bulky. So it takes up a lot more space. And then they also are easier to, or they are more prone to spoilage because their lupulin glands are exposed to air more easily. So the whole cone hops will give you, some brewers think that it gives you a more authentic hop flavor that they don't feel that you can get from pelletized hops. Most people find that pelletized hops work just fine. You actually get better bitterness out of pelletized hops because you get higher utilization. And then it's just much easier to use and store in your brewery.
Where do they come from? Like,
hops are grown primarily in Germany and the USA. Those are the two largest markets by far, or not markets, but producers. And then New Zealand has a very up-and-coming hop industry. And then it's also grown in other European countries like the UK, Czech Republic, Russia, Poland. And then there's some grown in Canada as well. And we actually use some Ontario-grown hops in some of our beers.
Yeah, now you guys are a special case because obviously you're all organic.
Yes, so we have to get all of ours as certified organic hops. So we primarily get ours from Germany, New Zealand, and the US. New Zealand, almost all the hops are grown organically just because they have no natural pests or diseases there. But we have to buy the ones that are actually certified organic, so that's the people that actually pay to get certified.
Huh. What is your favorite hop to brew with?
Motueka is my favorite hop. It's
really?
Yeah, it's a New Zealand variety.
Yeah.
And it's parentage is from Saaz hops, so it's got a spicy European character. But then the New Zealand growing climate also gives it a fruitier character, like lemon and lime. So it's a really nice hop.
I'd like to thank my buddy Brian O'Donnell out at Beau's All Natural Brewing for that amazing explanation of what hops is and how we use them. If you want to know more about hops, why don't you go check out a brewery yourself? The brewers are often on hand, or the staff can help you out, answer your questions, maybe take you on a tour, and you can get a deeper understanding there. Also, keep an eye out here, Sight Glass Videos. We're going to be putting out more videos as time goes by, exploring a whole bunch of different things to do with beer. I know we've got coming up open fermentation. I'm excited about that. Crowler, which you might not have even heard of, but watch here and you'll get to know all about it. Thanks for watching.